You came here today to talk about the battle against the delegitimization of Israel. One of the actions that carried out just yesterday was the prevention of a professor coming into Israel. First of all, your response to that, please.
Well, Professor Chomsky is another sad example of a brilliant scientist who has absolutely no moral grounds and unfortunately in all his public activities supports the worst evil that you can find on earth, not necessarily in our area but all over the world. Specifically about his entering or not entering the State of Israel, I think that we have to check one thing. Not what he says and not what he thinks. I despise whatever he says or thinks. But in terms of him presenting a serious danger, incitement is forbidden in Israel. We already remember mistakes from the past, and that's why the Israeli law says loud and clear there is no place for incitement in this country. So I hope that responsible forces in this country will check and will say whether his presence, whether his appearance in Birzeit University presents any immediate danger, whether there will be deeds. Unfortunately, in the past, his meetings with Hezbollah leaders and other terrorist organizations, his opinions loudly expressed during and after these meetings definitely are very dangerous. We all want stability. We don't want any violence. So anyone who calls for violence could be found dangerous.
Well, could you update us about this whole war of Hasbara, of public diplomacy?
There are certain routes in this battle, shall we say, definitely more than one route. We are trying to develop really the, I would say, the neglected area of public diplomacy, of massive efforts in order to bring back the human face to the screens and newspapers and internet, the human face of the Israelis and of the State of Israel. It's not there for many years. At the same time, I understand that there are diplomatic efforts of the Foreign Ministry, there are legal efforts of the Justice Ministry, and we all have to coordinate in order to make all these efforts more effective, but we always have to keep in mind that everyone who believes that there is some brilliant idea how to change everything and all the rest is just nonsense is dead wrong. I think that we all have to act together.
Isn't there sometimes a feeling that all this anti-Israel activity comes out of hate, something that you can't change by explanations, by videos that show that actually the IDF attacked from here, from there?
One of my basic assumptions always is that it's not that the whole world is against us and everyone is involved in anti-Israel activities and in an effort to delegitimize the State of Israel. That's not true. We are talking about loud, successful, violent minority, Islamic radicals, left-wing radicals, all kinds of strange combinations here. But what we have to address here is the position of the silent majority. The silent majority at this stage has this uneasy feeling about Israel. Well, it's not nice that they are shouting at this Israeli ambassador who is trying to say a few words. But at the same time, isn't it the same Israel that is doing all these terrible things? So we would try to change this attitude. You're absolutely right in suggesting that there are unfortunately thousands and probably hundreds of thousands or even millions around the world whom we can't change. They just hate us by definition. But this is not the whole world, and I think that we have to work hard in order to bring to the rest of the world the message that Israel is very different from what they know. Israel is very relevant to many things in their life in terms of all the creative energy and all the things that are being invented and produced in this country. And by doing so, we'll make it harder for this loud minority to attack us.